So why are credit scores different? You've got FICO scores, Vantage scores, you've got these scores, and obviously with us, a lot of people will say, hey, Credit Karma. So talk about those. Like, I know what I say, but you tell us the gospel. Like, what is the difference there?
Okay, so credit scores are, I guess first of all, the credit bureaus are for-profit companies, right? And we have really the main three that everybody knows about: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. And those companies make money by doing a number of things. Obviously, they make money when I apply for credit with a lender. That lender is paying to pull my credit report. So they're paying the credit bureaus. Okay. When if I'm a consumer and I'm disputing something on my credit report, the credit bureaus actually have to pay 30 cents per dispute to process that dispute, right? Let me just back up, that creditor. So let's say I'm disputing something with Bank of America. Bank of America has to pay 30 cents for that dispute. If I have an account with Bank of America and Bank of America is reporting that account on my credit report, they're paying to report that account on my credit report. And then lastly, credit bureaus sell consumer data. So they make money by credit applications. They make money by pulling, by reporting stuff on the credit report. They make money by selling our data. But the one area that they haven't made money in is in credit scoring, because FICO has owned that world. Okay. And FICO is a completely separate company. And so FICO, or there's been other credit scoring companies or credit scoring brands that have gone, into the market over the years. And the one that has really gained traction is VantageScore. Vantage Credit Score Solutions is most known because of Credit Karma. But what a lot of people don't realize is Vantage is a partnership between the three credit bureaus. So, the credit bureaus wanted to get into the game of selling credit scores so they can make money in that arena as well. And so that's why we have the Vantage credit score. So there is a ton of credit score confusion out there. And people ask me, what is my real score? You probably have that question, right?
Yeah.
Also, well,
Sure.
when it comes to mortgage lending, your real score is your mortgage FICO score. But, there are actually 28, maybe more than 28 different versions of FICO. So, there is the version that you get for free right now from Experian, which is a FICO version 8. But there's also the older classic versions, and then there's industry specific versions. And the mortgage credit scoring model is a 20-plus-year-old model. And so I kind of liken it to, to our cell phone. We have a cell phone. Every now and then they roll out a new operating system or a new iOS, and we can, as an individual, we can take the new software download, or we can keep the old software version. And then if our equipment is too old, we can't upgrade to the latest operating system for our cell phone. Kind of the same thing in the lending world. These lenders can use any model they want. And FICO every few years rolls out a new scoring model that they have tested, and they can depict risk better of a borrower. Maybe they've come up with some new algorithms, or something. And the lender can choose to use the new version, or they can keep using the version that they've always used. And so a lot of times it requires an upgrade of their systems and so forth. And so when it comes to mortgage lending, mortgage has been using, this early version of FICO for 20 plus years. There are some conversations out there about, they're testing new models, but, as we both know, real estate and mortgage is so highly regulated with the GSAs and all of that, they can't just make a change. So
Right.
Across the board, mortgage is using an early version of FICO.
So given the differences between, FICO and Vantage, you've got Credit Karma, freecreditreport.com, all these different, models and whatnot. What do you have a recommendation for customers, consumers out there to keep a good watch on their credit?
So even though we've got all this confusion out there, right? With credit scores, even to the point, you know, if I applied for a mortgage today and then tomorrow I applied for an auto loan, that score is going to be different because the auto lender is using an auto version of credit scoring. So they're all going to be a little different. And then, of course, you know, if I'm using Credit Karma or some other credit monitoring service, I'm probably getting a Vantage credit score. The good news is all of the credit scores pretty much use the 5 main ingredients that impact your credit, you know, and if you want, we can kind of go through those and
Yeah.
kind of talk about that. And so there's really 5 main things that impact our credit score. And this is one of the things that I think is valuable for individuals to know. And those are payment history, which is worth 35%. And then the debt category of our credit report. And this is heavily influenced by revolving debt. And so that is worth 30% of our credit score. 15% of our credit score is based on the age of our credit file. And then 10% is the mix or the variety of accounts that we have on our credit report. And then the final 10% is those new hard inquiries. So Vantage is a little bit different. They still use the same 5 ingredients, but they put more weight on revolving credit than FICO does. Generally speaking, if we know those 5 things, then we've got the knowledge to improve and better our credit report and our credit score across all models. And so if your question is how should somebody look at their credit report, I will tell you that my favorite credit monitoring is MyFICO. So, MyFICO, gives you all of the FICO versions that are used in lending. But MyFICO
literally just myfico.com for our listeners.
MyFICO. Okay. Yeah. And but it's expensive. I think it's a $40 or $50 monthly service. And so we send our clients to a company called ID Club. And they can get that on our website. And one of the benefits of ID Club is that if they use the link on our website, it offers a $1 7-day trial. So this allows somebody to look at their credit report just to see what's going on. And then to maintain that service, it's $19.95 a month.
Okay.
What's most important is that people review their credit report.
Right.
In today's world with identity theft and data breaches and, medical issues with, insurance and who's responsible for paying, it's super important that we monitor our credit and know what's going on with it, because just because I had good credit 2 years ago doesn't mean I still have good credit. So we got to look at it.